All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking about real music and fake music in this episode and doing it in real time or fake time for a few real people out there just like you. I'm not going to call you fake people and just like me. All right. So I'm going to be talking about the Eagles. So I figured again I'd showcase Flatland Cavalry because I know that they're playing all of their instruments, especially if you go see them live. You're going to get an authentic performance with no miming, no playing to click tracks, none of that stuff. That's their album, Welcome to Countryland. This is their latest effort called Wandering Star. Since I am going to be talking about the Eagles, I figured I would showcase Flatland, and they're just a good band from Texas. You may not like all of their material, maybe too much twang for you. But if you follow the Eagles from their first album, then yeah, it's right about the same level of twang, I would say. So, couple of patrons, they've been egging me on to address this topic because, quite honestly, we're really getting to the end of the old bands. When we're getting there in a way which is really going to tarnish the legacy of a band like the Eagles, if what I'm going to talk about is actually true. And there are a couple of YouTube channels, which I'm not going to mention the channels by name. I will say one of the videos I watched was titled This is Huge. That was the name of the video. And the gentleman analyzed vocal tracks, Don Henley's vocal tracks from two different shows coming from two different years as well. A more recent show and then a couple of years back from that. And what he found out, and he has the sound waves and he's looking at everything, that the sound waves are essentially identical. Typically, in a live performance, especially, a band might work up a version of a song and then they might change it up. You see this a lot. But the Eagles, one thing about the Eagles is they've always played it very straight. So their fans are thinking, oh, this is just like the record. This is fantastic. This is the way I remember it. There may be some truth to that, but it may be some artificial intelligence in there or just a vocal track from, I would say, maybe going back to like 2013. That's what I'm thinking. And because this band has always been so good live, this is kind of a tough thing to comprehend, that the band that has this great reputation as a live band is going to go down this road and say, screw it, nobody will know. We're booking more events. We're doing more tour dates. People are really excited. They're grabbing their Platinum MasterCards or whatever, or their American Express cards, and they're going to pay top dollar to see the Eagles, just to see the Eagles. And instead of the Eagles playing their music, the allegation here is they're miming it. This gentleman says they're probably playing to a click track. This is horrible news, right? You're paying how much money? Again, I've said this for many years. When you see a band in their prime, now I've never seen the Eagles play back when they were together the first time or when hell froze over. I did see Don Henley play in 1985, and that was a really good show. He sounded great. He played a ton of music by the Eagles, and he played his latest solo material as well. And I thought it was a great show. Would I like to see the Eagles? Yeah, I would pay money to see the Eagles if they're actually performing their songs. I don't know how strongly I feel about the Eagles since Glenn Frey passed away. They replaced Glenn with Vince Gill, and his son Deacon is out there. But again, it's not the same. This was Glenn's band. Glenn was a country rock guy when he started, and then he started moving toward his Detroit roots as time went on, and that was cool. I liked all of it, right? But I don't know if I would. Why would I spend $300 or $400 or even $150 on a ticket to see a band that is playing to a click track? Now, again, these are allegations. Let me just be clear, because there are people that scour the internet and they'll say, hey, what you're saying isn't true. I want you to take down that video, or, the lawyer is going to reach out to you at some point, and I don't want to be reached out to by a lawyer. Okay. So these are allegations. He was pretty conclusive, though. So if they're going to go after anybody, they would probably go after him. And he's going to say, well, here's the proof. Here's the audio proof that I have. Tell me what you're doing is not what I'm saying. And I don't know. I would just be really careful, even though Don Henley recently didn't win in court, where he probably should have won in court. This is an entirely different issue when it involves the band's livelihood. And just, hey, play the game. That's what the band is telling you. Just play the game. We're out on tour. We're not perfect. We're not playing the way we used to, but we're out on tour. We don't have any original. Well, we have one original guy in the band, right? Same thing with Steely Dan. I don't know if Steely Dan is still opening, but they have one original guy, and they go out there and, they get some help. And people, don't worry about it. Just enjoy the show. Grab your $14 beer, grab another t-shirt. This could be the last time you get to see the Eagles. This is why everybody is constantly saying farewell. They put farewell tour in there, and farewell. Well, that means I better buy tickets. This is going to be it. So you've got that, which I'm not saying it's a scam, but a lot of times it's a scam. Right? Kiss did it forever. Foreigner is doing it now. And there'll be other bands that say, yeah, we're going to go and just quit. Lynyrd Skynyrd finally said, hey, we're not saying farewell. We're going to just continue. I don't like that, but at least they're being honest. Just tell us you're Lynyrd Skynyrd 2.0 or something. I don't know. There's a way to maybe make the older fans happy while you kind of continue on, but it becomes a brand, a franchise. And really, when the Eagles are done, they're done. I think they're done. So obviously they're trying to keep this going for as long as they can. And Don Henley, he's got a few legal bills probably now that he's got to catch up with. But none of these guys are, jonesing for money. I think everybody in this band is pretty well off. So why keep doing this? What is, your legacy, right, is something that you probably want to preserve, so people will keep buying your music. And they probably will. They've probably made that calculation that, hey, the fans, they're not going to care. 100 years from now, people aren't going to care about what happened at the very end. They'll write books about how everybody was doing this. They were trying to hold on for as long as they could. And for me, this is why I explore new stuff. Even if I never see this band play live, I know that if I do, it's actually going to be them. Now, I'm not going to be able to replace my childhood listening to these songs when they came out and being excited about hearing them on the radio. I'm not going to be able to relive that, which is sad, but it's just reality. I'd rather have these guys like the baseball player, right, who can't hit the fastball. At a certain point, he can't put someone in for himself. It's just him. And so my bottom line here is that at the end of this, it's got to be you retire. That's what it's got to be. If that's the punchline to all of this, then so be it. Retire. You're not going to earn, I don't know how many dollars. I've heard that these guys make like $100,000 each during one concert is like $100K per person on that stage. So you went up there and you mimed for a couple of hours, and you're going to get paid $100,000 for that. And it might be higher. I've heard numbers that are, if you look at the ticket prices and the concessions and everything else associated with doing a concert, the money is insane. And so it's going to continue to push these guys to hold on longer and longer. Again, the guy's video is called This Is Huge. He's got the sound waves lined up, concert from like 2023 and then one from like 2021. And it's identical. The sound waves are identical. And he thinks that they're playing to a click track and they're up there miming, which for almost every other band in the world, I kind of understand that to some degree. But for the Eagles, it's just really bad. It's bad for their reputation. This isn't the most difficult music to sing, but there are a few songs where it's going to be hard for Don Henley to be his younger self. And that's why you quit before you can't do it anymore. All right. Before I quit this video, a couple of albums here by Flatland Cavalry. This is Welcome to Countryland, kind of matches the attire here. And then we've got their newest effort, which is called Wandering Star. Wandering Star, not the most glamorous album cover there, but if you look close enough, I think you see a wandering star falling from the sky. It is the kind of music that the Eagles made earlier in their career. They inspired so many bands, and they're still inspiring to this day. I think the best way they can be inspiring right now is probably to just, call it a career.